Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Copyright disclaimer. This content does not belong to Bible Chronicles or claim this intellectual property. The content provided today has and always will belong to the content owner. Bible Chronicles does not have any affiliation with the owner of this property. As mentioned, Bible Chronicles did not intend to make use of any material for the purpose of harvesting gain. However, Title 17 of United States copyright law states material and use can only be done when it's for theological or general educational purposes, and thus Bible Chronicles believes that this principal material falls under fair use, which honors protection under Section 107 of the same U.S. copyright law.
El autor viene a decirnos con mucha firmeza y gran convencimiento lo mismo que nos decía en el siglo XVIII el barón de Holbach, ¿no? Un filósofo francés de origen alemán. Si nos remontamos al comienzo, entonces hallaremos que la ignorancia y el temor crearon a los dioses. La fantasía, el entusiasmo o el engaño los adornaron o desfiguraron. La debilidad les rinde culto, la credulidad los conserva, la costumbre los respeta y la tiranía los apoya para que la ceguera de los hombres sirva a sus propios intereses.
As young people, like, check it. I'm gonna have to do this different. Yeah, got some material to show you guys. Let me keep it like this. And appreciate you, bro, for sending this info in. Okay, first and foremost, man. So you know who I'm talking about. Let's hope for the best, man. Hopefully we don't get interrupted. There's gonna be a lot of video today. All right, I'm just gonna. Matter of fact, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna read this, and then we'll begin. And the rest is gonna be video. All right. Again, YouTube. This is not my material, nor do I claim this intellectual property. Okay. Material in use is not owned by Bible Chronicles, nor do we claim this material at all to be ours. Okay. So just make that clear. Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 3, it says, "And they bend their tongues like bows for lies, but they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth. For they proceed from evil to evil, and they know not me, saith the Lord. Take ye heed, every one of his neighbors, and trust ye not in any brother. For Every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with a slander. And they will deceive everyone his neighbor. They will not speak the truth. They have taught their tongues to speak lies and weary themselves to commit iniquity. There's a reason why the class is titled the way it is. And all praise to the Most High. Nobody's here. I see 2 views and you guys skedaddled. Perfect. I'm glad. Please. And by the way, hit the likes too. Let's go.
Good morning, students. Allow me first to apologize for this interruption. I do, like many of you, appreciate the comforts of everyday routine, the security of the familiar, the tranquility of television. I enjoy them as much as any bloke. But I find it necessary to take some time out of our daily lives to sit down and have a little chat. There are those, of course, who do not want us to speak. In fact, I suspect that right now orders are being shouted into phones, and that men with walkie-talkies will soon be on their way. Anything and everything will be done to stop me talking to you. Words offer the means to meaning, and for those who will listen, the enunciation of truth. The truth is, there is something terribly wrong with the senior class, isn't there? Cruelty and injustice, intolerance and oppression. While most of you have been sitting there twiddling your thumbs, you could have been commemorating the vindication of your freedom.
Not far, but just beyond the line, we find that scholars condemn the design of the reverse side of the United States seal, that it has never been cut but has remained hidden as though it were something to be ashamed of. However, though this appears the truth, it is not the truth. The reason why it has never been cut is because the time is not yet, as the capstone has not yet been set. And what is this capstone? My reader, prepare for a shock. When Atlantis ruled the world, that which is now America was connected with Egypt by what is now Mexico, and in Mexico, in the territory of Yucatan, there is a pyramid in which the fire philosophers worshipped God as divine fire and life in like manner as did the initiates of Egypt, for the two were then one. America is not complete and will not be complete, cannot be complete until Mexico is again part of America as she was in the long ago. And when Mexico is once again a part of the United States, then will the capstone have been set on the pyramid, and the reverse side of the United States seal will be cut. Thus you will see that the Soul Science Primer with its drawings is but the beginning of the article concerning the seal of the United States, while the article on body, mind, spirit, and soul is the final thereof. May it not be long until the Holy Pyramid shall be completed, and may it be completed without the shedding of blood. Lovingly given, R. Swinburne Clymer, Beverly Hall, Quakertown, Pennsylvania, July 6, 1916. And now you know the final truth, ladies and gentlemen. Now you know the purpose of the free trade agreements. Now you know the purpose of GATT and NAFTA. Now you know where we're headed. Now you know that the middle class in this country is doomed. Now you know that the New World Order is being brought about by the intelligence community and the secret societies whose headquarters are in the United States of America, just 13 blocks from the White House. Now you know, in the incredible admissions in their own writing in this book published by the Ancient Order of the Rose and Cross, now you know that the Illuminati is real, that Freemasonry is a part of the Illuminati, that the Rose and Cross is a part of the Illuminati, that they are also called the Order, the Brotherhood, that they also consist of the Knights Templars, they also consist of the Knights of Malta, and all of the other secret societies whose organizational structure is in the shape of a pyramid, with a few at the top who really know what the great work and the great plan is, and a whole bunch of slathering idiots thirsting after the secrets on the bottom who will never, ever know anything. Are the cockroaches scattering. If this broadcast doesn't do it, nothing will. If this doesn't wake you up, ladies and gentlemen, nothing will. If you don't understand now the 18 hours of the series that I've aired on the mystery schools, you will never understand it now or in the future. If you don't know where we're headed now, then you never will. If you are not concerned now, then you have already placed the chains upon your ankles and you have already watched freedom fly. If this broadcast does not do it, nothing will. This is the last voice of freedom. This is the only revelatory media source in the world today. The hour of the time is the only outlet for truth left upon this earth. Ladies and gentlemen, what you have heard tonight is the final parting of the curtain. It is the opening of the last door that was to be opened. It is the final understanding of where we have been, where we are at, and where we are going. It is the light. It is the illumination in the darkest corners. You are looking at the forbidden fruit. You have heard tonight what you were never to hear, what has been forbidden for thousands of years. You now know what the great work is. You now know who is bringing it about. You too can find this book if you search hard enough in the incredible admissions that are contained within it. It will give you the ammunition and the armor march out here on the battlefield with me and many others who are trying to stop what is coming. Remember what Mr. Swinburne said at the end of his article, and I'll read that to you again. May it not be long until the Holy Pyramid shall be completed, and may it be completed without the shedding of blood. Lovingly given, R. Swinburne, Clymer, Beverly Hall, Quakertown, Pennsylvania, July 6, 1916. And I am telling you now, their goal is to destroy all other religions save theirs, destroy all existing nation-states save theirs, and shackle the mob, and that is you. Good night, dear listeners, and God bless you all.
And together we shall give them a senior class that shall never, ever be fought.
And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather expose them. Expose them.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
B'nai B'rith, Jewish Masonry, Council of 500, Council of 33, Council of 5.
And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather expose them. Expose them.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
B'nai B'rith, Jewish Masonry, Council of 500, Council of 33, Council of 500, also known as the Bilderbergers, if you like, the Council of 13. And at the highest level, we saw that the papacy is involved because the Jesuits control all of them, every single level.
The Jesuit order also runs 231 universities in 69 countries and a large number of education centers across the globe. Jesuits can choose to be ordained as priests,
The Association of Jesuit Colleges and Universities includes 28 institutions in the United States. 3 of those rank in the top 100 most expensive universities in the entire country.
Because the Jesuits control all of them, every single level. That's pretty straight, isn't it? This is history. This is history, and you can check the line through history and see the blood that flowed. And who was always behind it? The Jesuits.
Georgetown is the oldest Jesuit university in the country. Classes began in 1792, coinciding with the birth of the nation.
Because the Jesuits control all of them, every single level.
How do you draw the distinction? Meaning you're saying you're a Catholic and then you're a Mason, and does that get
I'm a Catholic, and the Pope, I think John Paul, honored me with a knighthood, Catholic knighthood. They came here to this very room from Centenary House to interview me, because before the Pope would confer such an honor on a person, they would want to know that he would be a worthy recipient.
Bruh.
Oh, God will make a way where there seems to be no way.
Bruh.
But for the purpose of our video, we can find in this book a list of lodges that are in Ghana under the heading of England Overseas Lodges. Under the heading of England Overseas Lodges. Now, I am not able to pronounce my own children's names at times, so I will not try to pronounce the names of cities in Ghana and offend anybody. But suffice to say, there is a long listing of different lodges in the country of Ghana.
Impressive. At what point in your life did you join the Freemasons?
I think it was either 67 or 68.
Oh, that early?
I was a young lawyer in Kumasi, yes. Yeah.
What prompted that?
Because members of my family were in there. Some had been in from even before I was born.
They encouraged you into it?
Well, you don't just walk in there. You are, in a way, invited.
So you've been a member since, what, 66?
67, 68, I think.
And what is your current position in that organization?
Perhaps it's the highest so far in the history of Masonry, in at least Ghana, but it could be for the whole of Africa.
Really?
Yes, in the English Constitution, yes.
Wow. How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel?
Naturally, when you join anything you believe in, and your peers or colleagues keep on promoting you, and naturally you begin to feel perhaps you are doing something very right.
What exactly do you do within the Freemasons?
Are you a brother?
I believe not only has your country gone through independence in the relative near history, but also you're currently either looking for independence and forming your own Grand Lodge, or maybe you have and this book hasn't reflected that change yet. So there is bound to be some discrepancies between my knowledge of a Grand Lodge across the ocean and what is actually taking place.
Are you a brother?
What is it? Because people, we've heard claims that it's a secret cult, very strange.
It's not secret.
What can you tell us?
The wrong sense of secret. But the whole thing is character building. It's a system that would make a man appreciate or develop a sense of limits, accepting the Creator as the maker, giver of everything. You must believe in that first and foremost, and then also working on the basis of not doing to others as you wouldn't have done to you. So it's a moral.
Is it a religious society or body?
It's not religion. It's not a denominational thing, and so it's open to. You may be a Christian, you may be a Muslim, whatever. You may not belong to any of these, but once you accept there was the Creator, and that we all are brought into a life by Him to acknowledge and serve Him, and also look after each other as humans, doing unto others as you wouldn't, or as you would have done to you, and not doing unto them as you wouldn't have done to you.
So, for how long have you been doing this pastoral job?
For 22 years now.
22 years. After you joined Freemason?
Yeah, after joining on Namiko. Because Freemason, yeah, how we call now, so say me.
But now, but no means you're Freemason.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go there. So, okay, at what point did you announce to them that you've joined Freemason? So, is coming despite part of the people?
No.
Once you earn the 3rd degree, and yes, that's where the phrase comes from, you can join any number of Masonic offshoots. Inside, the Temple Lodge room is a stunner. And downstairs, there's this.
This is the flag that Bose Aldrin took to the moon with him.
This flag, Supreme Council 33 Southern Jurisdiction, went to the moon. Wow. Now, if tiny hats and small cars are your thing, then there are the party animals of Freemasonry, the Shriners.
I want to tell you about a pair of globes I have here. They are the most unusual pair I've ever had, and so they're on display in the front of our office. They were from a Masonic lodge on the Hudson River in the Hudson River Valley in New York.
So no strange or very strange practices at all?
No. But there's a long history to it.
Please tell us.
Going as far back as perhaps times when even King Solomon built the temple to God.
Oh, really? They were Freemasons?
Yes. Not Freemason in the sense, but the modern aspects. And we celebrated the 300th anniversary of the Constitution I belong to. 300th anniversary, that is. But then, those who initially tried to do these things had been persecuted because they didn't really conform with, say, the religions.
Some
of the
practices,
times.
okay.
And because they didn't conform, they became suspects. And that was what made them go into, if you like, secrecy. So they could continue to pursue.
So is it a secret society?
It's not a secret society. When you say secret society, immediately one gets the impression they are out there to do something. No, it's not cult at all. But and now they've started coming out. So 2 months ago, we celebrated the 300th anniversary of the Grand Lodge of England in Britain, bringing 6,000 attendants from all over the world, some from America, some from Asia, Britain, Africa. We all converged and met at the Royal Albert Hall. And it was just a sight with all the regalia and music and acting, and many of the great names in history, at least in recent times, were Masons.
Were Masons?
Voltaire, Montesquieu, philosophers. There were also religious people, just as Oscar Wilde, you know of him.
Freemasonry has been here with us for many years in its organized form, structured as Grand Lodges. It's been here for 300 years. From that time to today, we've had our ups and downs. People have come, they have enjoyed what we do, they've really taken part. Along the line, they do have social problems here and there, social poles here and there. And some will say, right, I joined Masonry because I thought I would see something. Perhaps some thought it's a magical society where you join and we give the word and you become rich overnight. And some people, since President Kupo was announced as having become a senior warden of Grand Lodge of England, have knocked at our doors wanting to become members because they think like Sakawa.
Utajiri hautafutwagi kwa maombi. Kuna wapentekoste hapa wananiona huyu mchungaji hayuko rohoni. Ngoja niwaambie hawa labda watanielewa. Enyi watu wa Mungu, utajiri hautafutwi kwa maombi. Utajiri unatafutwa.
As soon as you become a Mason, yeah, you become rich. This is not it. So they should come because we want to take them from their natural habitat in the society and try and polish them.
We will now continue with our ritual in the first degree of Freemasonry. Mr. Smith, you are received into Masonry upon the point of a sharp instrument piercing your naked left breast, which is to teach you, as this is an instrument of torture to your flesh, so may the recollection thereof be to your conscience, should you ever reveal any of the secrets of Freemasonry unlawfully. Vouchsafe thine aid, Almighty Father of the universe, to this our present convention, and grant that this candidate for Masonry may dedicate and devote his life to thy service. Endue him with the competency of thy divine wisdom, that by the secrets of our art he may be better enabled to display the beauties of holiness of thy holy name. Amen.
Let's take a slight pause and explore the real color code crew. Don't get triggered by the truth, but be angry with the lie.
And I met the dude from Houston.
Oh,
that's
yes,
over in Springfield.
Right, we did.
He just a lighter version of my brother Terry.
Really?
And when I saw him, I had to sit down. He looked just like my brother. And I met the
I got something to show you real quick. Give me a second. Hold on a second. Where is it? Did I send it to myself? Give me a second, man. Right here. I'm pointing this out because it says Pan-Africanism, right? Pan-Africanism. So you individuals that watch and follow IUIC, this is what your leader believes in. Nathaniel Israel. This is on that app where they go and debate a bunch of illiterate, ignorant people of the scriptures. Founder and Bishop of Israel United in Christ, award-winning author, missionary, Pan-Africanist. What the hell is that? Pan-Africanist, huh? And we see Pan-Africanism reflection on resistance, and somehow they're really related to this whole movement. I also want to share this with you real quick. I'm gonna move fast. This is from the book I bought. Okay, this one here. All right, I bought this book last year, like in November of 2022. Okay, and this says you're printed 14 December 22nd. All right, copyright 2012. Been working on this for 10 years. This book, Michael Jones. But then why in the world is this here? If this was so many years in working, I ordered this like a month after that whole Kyrie Irving situation. We are awakening all over the world. They have been constantly changing the facts when it pertains to the so-called history, black history, but it is too late. Thank you, Kyan West, Kyrie Irving, and Dave Chappelle for waking up a lot of people, a lot of our people. But I ordered this November 22nd of 2022. It says you're printed 14 December. I received this December 15th, fam. 10 years in the making, copywritten in 2012, but they know about this. You mean to tell me that they could have publicized this book worldwide in a month on Amazon? It is true, family. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You shall know them by their fruits. Let's go.
The dude from Houston.
Oh,
that's
yes,
over in Springfield.
Right.
Oh, my bad. Let me read that for you, bro. Hey, shalom, everybody. My bad. Yeah, bro. That's what it is. That is. I'm glad all will be real. I'm glad because I don't even have to say it anymore. I think my channel, our channel speaks for itself. We've been finding the truth. Psalms 83. It is really manifesting in your face. For all of you that couldn't answer this, you will always exclude us and say, well, they're just random people in Africa. No, you're all over here. Psalms 83:3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. You remember there was a time where we were unaware. They were unaware of our wares. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation from a distance, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. This is from several books. I got book of Jews and Moors. Okay. So look, you guys have been in cahoots for some time now. Jews and Muslims in British colonial America. Historians speculate, this is from Jews and Muslims in British colony. Historians speculate the first Europeans to land on October 12, 1492 was also Jewish. Jewish pirates of the Caribbean. And on the highlighted part, we purpose that many of the initial colonists in Virginia, South Carolina, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, and Maryland were Jewish and Moorish descent. Like Moors, black Moors, black Moors. Black Moors. Sephardic and Morisco presence. Lee sponsored 38 indentured servants from Holland. Dutch, evidently Sephardic indentured servants. I'm going somewhere with this. Check this out. I think it's on this side over here. Yeah, here it goes right here. Swarthy complexion, Swarthy people in America, Swarthy. Look, you'll find out. They've been pushing Christianity, family, for quite some time. Remember, they used the scriptures. They painted the image of the white man over their image. But they keep ignoring the fact that, yeah, we're promoting Christianity. Okay? So these are just pictures. Like, here we go. Swati, from 1828, Webster's Dictionary. Being of Swati, dark hue, complexion, tawny, in climates, in warm climates, the complexion of man, universally Swati or black. The Moors, Spaniards, and Italians are more Swati than the French, Germans, and English. So we see a variety of people, a mixture. This is from White Cargo. In 1630, almost 80,000 people left England of Chesapeake for New England and Caribbean, most of them indentured servants. They weren't all white. They were also black. And they went to Britain, the islands, different places. Let me get this out the way. Let's go.
We did. He's just a lighter version of my brother Terry.
My bad. Let me continue. My bad. All right, we could Albert Pike's highest FM and highest expose how their God is Lucifer in his favorite book, Morals and Dogma. Yep. I've been digging deeper. I know the Freemasons use the King James. Yeah, they do. Do not get dismayed when you see evil people and organizations flourish. It is all manufactured and entrapment. We're all been working undercover by order, by lodge to support appearing a natural sauce. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Go back. He has the cross of Shamash. Let's see. I forget. I took it down, bro. Anyway, let's continue.
Really? When I saw him, I had to sit down. He looked just like my brother.
Color programming and broadcasting. Funny, the color purple has strong ties to a very influential fraternity in America, which produces writers, entertainers, ministers, activists, and stars.
I just want you to scream out the name Jesus.
Jeremiah 14. Let me get that real quick, bro, so let's continue. Excuse me. Jeremiah 14. It reads, Then the Lord said unto me, the prophets prophesy lies in my name, and I sent them not, neither have I commanded them, neither spake unto them. They prophesy unto you a false vision and divination, meaning false doctrines, false assumptions, clear fiction, and a thing of not. Deuteronomy 28 is literally no more up for grabs anymore for just a random individuals. There's only certain people that fit those curses to the T. And you're looking at them. And the deceit of their heart, meaning their mind. So the wicked is estranged from the womb. No son no más güeros, family. Say the Lord concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and I sent them not. Yet they say, sword and famine shall not be in this land. By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed. Man, that's beautiful. Hey, that reminds me of the scripture real quick. You know why it says here on Joshua 7:9, it says, For the Canaanites and all the inhabitants of the land shall hear of it, and shall environ us round about, and cut our names off from the earth. What wilt thou do in thy great name? O Lord, what shall I say when Israel turned their backs from thine enemies? Why? Because Israel took something that didn't belong to them. But the children of Israel, verse 1, committed a trespass in the accursed thing. For Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Sabdi, the son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah, took of the accursed things. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against the children of Israel. So as long as you guys take anything from these particular camps, the 12-tribe chart, the assumption that Messiah is black, The assumption that you're going to turn into a black man or black woman when the Messiah returns. The assumption that you ain't Hebrews. The assumption that you mix with the other nations is you taking visuals from them and coming here condemning us. The nerve of you guys to come to this channel, to go on my Facebook and tell me I'm wrong, but the only thing you can do is say I'm racist. Why are facts racist now? For the Canaanites and all the inhabitants of the land shall hear of it, meaning the Most High is going to turn his back on us, and then he's going to let them come against us again. Y'all need to stop being afraid of being fucking brown, man. Let's go. Excuse my language for cussing with the Bible.
The world is truly a stage.
Where he's been teaching the Hebrew truth, the Hebrew way, and I mean he's everywhere. I mean, I thought I was busier than him, but when I talked to
He's the guy that did Jews to Negroes and that I showed yesterday. All of this is not a coincidence. I think the Masoteric text and the Tetragrammaton in modern Hebrew could be the problem. That's why I've been coming down to these Hebrew camps by pushing that King James. Let me see here real quick. There's a connection between Jehovah and the Tetragrammaton and Aussie and I. Baal is the Canaanite god. That's why the iniquity of the Amorites, the book I showed y'all, they're the originals of the, and they're the ones that actually came with the origin of the two-headed eagle. Yep, it's true. That's true. Very true. Hey, this is true facts. This is true facts right here, fam. They're not all white and black. You're right about that, Meshi. Let me make sure I clear that. Jeremiah, surely their fathers have inherited lies. That's true. Remember, Jews to Negroes. Jews to Negroes. Let's go.
to him and texted him, he is super busy, going all over the place. And we have to give honor where honor is due.
In that area, you're not dead to yourself. That's why it impacts so much. That's why it hurts so much.
Think of it like a play. I enjoy learning the words of the play.
What do you think of Wakanda?
Stories just don't do this place justice.
I've come back for my son.
Zamunda, Wakanda, Connecticut, I don't know where you from.
Because there's a bunch of devil worshippers in Hollywood. And there's a lot of black folks too. And they be throwing up them signs, you see them, this, that, all of them. Watch the rappers, watch them folks. It's scary. It's very scary. That devil is real.
Well, what is this?
Oh, the devil in this mess, yeah.
Because I closed this up. I thought this was rock on.
Be careful. No, the goat, be careful. They'll get you. Be careful.
Let me keep my hands down. And I was doing like this, like rock on. It's like, no.
No, watch them.
It's easier to become rich than to stay rich. The money is not a pocket of urgent 2K. Put call. Make way for a rich man whose pocket will never run dry because of his ability to think and utilize ideas.
I just want to tell you for this man a minute, get yourself a word. That's right. Get yourself a promise from God.
Right? But God is all of those things at one time. Nobody like him. And so when we talk about his love,
and be diligent student of the word, especially in these last days.
you guys is that I got proof they numbers of war. You, 2 Peter, which lead kindness and to brotherly found they might God and that he. This is what these guys teach. All the same shit. Order. Most high how the to be done.
He said, look at Pastor Jenner's hand gestures.
Dice, mira cómo mueve sus manos y la.
You know, because sometimes I may stand like this.
Sí, porque a veces que se para así.
He said, why he making a pyramid?
Y dice que está haciendo una pirámide con sus manos.
You dumb, ignorant, hell-bound thing.
No sé.
The world is truly a stage.
Being the first interview I gave to The Matrix, and be smart enough to ask questions people were genuinely interested in. We have a...
By the way, people, I want you to and you young kids that follow this guy that, oh yeah, you know, high value man, this mentality. Let me just tell you something. They are complaining about women being promiscuous. And that's why they don't settle down with just any woman. But aren't they also promiscuous themselves? Because they're not going to be celibate and say, I'm not going to have relations with these women. I'm going to wait. You see my point? They create the same problem they complain about. You're making the hoes. Idiots.
A men's mental health crisis. Young men are disenfranchised. The suicide rate amongst men is much higher than women. And everybody pretends to care. But when I come along and say, I am a man,
of the illustrious founder of Omega Sci-Fi.
And the minister is not lying. I seen him growing up in Port Arthur, where I'm from.
But my thing is, if the Divine Nine, which is the HBCU, sororities, and fraternities, if they have so much power, why haven't they asked Joe Biden to actually do things for black people that matters, like reparations, getting rid of qualified immunity?
Reparations, getting rid of quantified immunity, or qualified immunity, or something about that. You know how the cops can have basically any immunity to arrest you, and if they hurt you by the arrest, then like you can't sue them. So they want to get rid of that. You guys should look at the statistics of the people that commit the most crimes. And every state now has criminals, and they all look like you guys. And you want the cops to take rid of laws that allow you to sue them left and right. Well, guess what? Damn it, I wish I would have brought it. The statistically show that the most people that sue, the people that sue the most in America are black people. Yeah, black people sue a lot. And you want to lift off the veil from I guess the umbrella of the cops, so then you can sue them. Let me read this real quick. Top G 33 cars and that square and compass with that hand design. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's where the 55%ers come from, bro. They talk about staying in your square. Scriptures mean staying in your circle. They talk about staying in your square. That's why they have the black and white squares. They stay in their squares. They play chess against us. Let's go.
And a whole host of
other. No, hold on. I'm gonna show you this. For all you that don't know this, you think that I'm like, nah, man, it's a combination. Check this out, all right? So I'm gonna bring this up. This is from Zion in America, 1881. It was written from Henry Fingold in 1931, all right? It was reprinted. I'm gonna read this to you real quick. This is on page, hold on. This is on page 43. It says, the traffic in human beings by Portuguese, Dutch, French, and English was an essential ingredient of the early capital formation necessary for the development of capitalist system, and the Jews who were frequently found at the very heart of commerce. could not have failed to contribute a proportionate share to the trade directly and indirectly. In 1460, when Jews were masters of the nautical science in Portugal, that nation was importing 700 to 800 slaves yearly. Don't you guys say that y'all ruled Europe? Key number one. Key number two. This is from Jew and Negro slavery in Old South, 1789 to 1865. Remember, family, after 1763, Florida became part of America, the 13 colonies. So from 1863 to 1865, supposedly these folks were being oppressed. But prior to that, in Florida, you're going to find out that they had it really good. Y'all had it real good. Super good. Super good. Let's go. It says here, I begin with 1789 for the following reasons. Firstly, before discussing Jewish ownership of slaves in the colonies, it would be necessary to consider that the question of Jewish legal status in the colonies in order to investigate the problems of all property ownership by Jews. Secondly, the colonial period was heyday of slave importation from Africa, and northern Jews were far more active in this aspect of slave trade than southern Jews. And thirdly, Jewish settlers in West Indian colonies were at least as influential as those in North America mainland. Remember how we read Webster's Dictionary, 1828, how the Europeans, the northern Europeans or southern Europeans, they were all like swarty and the southern were darker? This is from a book called The New Voyage of Italy, with curious observation, yada, 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 written in 1739, okay? 1739, family. So watch what this guy says. He's a weirdo. So he says here on page 139, volume 2, chapter 2, volume 1. Remember, you get that one, the correct one. Here, hold on. Let me go hook you guys up, because this is a killer. This is a sword right here. This cuts people. Bam! Let me see something real quick. Let me read that before I start reading this. Isaiah 30. Hey, you know what? I had that scripture in mind earlier, man. Thank you. Which say to the seers, see not, and to prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. No. It wasn't black people that had slaves. No. They are brothers, Doc. No, hermanos. No, it can't be. Speak to us smooth things. No, we're the same people. It can't be. No, man. Because, prophesy deceit. You're a racist. Itchy ears love the prosperity gospel. And you know what also too is you love thinking, because you're probably like a short little Mexican, right? And you want to be tall and muscular and maybe, you know what I mean? Have that woolly hair. And that's why you fall into this doctrine that you will turn into a black man when the Messiah returns. Silly does. Doesn't Jesus say you can't serve two masters, either God or money? Seems blacks will choose money over God. Man, that's beautiful, bro. Hold on a second.
Bruh. Wait a minute. Who are you?
The servant of money. This could the black and white people be like the Masonic temple floors? Yeah, that's exactly what it is, brother. You have it right. Hold on, I'll give you this one. Oh no, that's not it. Gotcha, bitch. There you go. Hold on. Gotcha, bitch. So here we go. Okay, let me read it. It says here, but it is ridiculous to imagine that the Jews, hold on a second. It goes, the Jews are, no, okay, it goes right here. This also a vulgar error that the Jews are all black. For this is only true of the Portuguese Jews. This is written in 1739. Remember? That the Portuguese Jews were black, right? But in this book called Zion in America, it says that from 1416, the main nautical scientists, the main nauticals of science were Portuguese. And they were the ones enslaving many people. But it says here that the Jews, Portuguese, it says this also a vulgar error that the Jews were all black. For this is only true of the Portuguese Jews. There's a reason why. For marrying also among one another beget children like themselves, and consequently, the swartiness of their complexion is entailed upon their whole race. Even in Northern religions. I'm trying to read fast so I can get through the video. But the Jews who originally are of Germany, those, for example, have I have seen in Prague are not blacker than the rest of these countrymen. Now, people are like, black people are like, you see, we're the real Jews. No, let's continue. Though nobody can doubt that those of Jewish nation are destitute, meaning you have zero proof. They're destitute of all authentic tradition. And that, as being Jews, they have not any particular knowledge either of the laws or customs of their ancestors or even of Hebrew language. So even though he admits that the Jews are not all black and the main ones of Portugal were black, but yet the Portuguese were the nautical men. That's why we see a book who the Jewish wrote and shows that Christopher Columbus or what's him, Sardo, whatever his name is, was Swarthy. Things that make you go home. I have, however, been willing to take care of this to satisfy, asking several rabbis. He just goes on and saying, like, he's asking them to pronounce certain words in Hebrew, and they're like all sounding so ridiculously different. It says, having not to forget the diverse doubtful things that are marked in the grammar or which are results of the different opinions of grammaring. The answer I have then to make you in few words about this affair is that these Jews have furnished me with nothing that one can draw any use from. And indeed, what could they say to Christians, meaning white folks, that the Christians do not already know as well as they? Have they any secret sauce or immediate revelation? Who are those people that pretend to teach each other? On the contrary, mon frere, they are they are of a poor sort creatures, so filled with false notions, so conceited of their monstrous ideas, that I would never advise young people to have any commerce with them for the fear of receiving from them some ridiculous prejudice. Gotcha. No, folks. What you got, bro? Interesting. Those checker floors are portal squares. Both black and white are required to create and open them. That's pretty deep stuff right there, bro. And as you can see, we keep finding now that historically, it wasn't güeros that were initially enslaving negros. That it was actually Swarthy, dark people, enslaving dark people. And then when they came here, they enslaved us as well. White and black. Jews and Moors. White and black. Ashkenazi, Sephardics. British. Muslims. You name it. You cannot get around these facts. This is all a chess game. Y'all need to learn how to play this game. And you learn it by keeping the laws of God. That's simple.
Things. What are they doing with all this power besides hoarding it for themselves? Y'all tell me.
Spiritual babies on milk, beloveds. I've said too much without saying enough, beloveds. But may those who have ears hear. The Freemasons, there's also the female side, which a lot of people don't talk about, the Eastern Star, which I won't even get too deep into now.
That's Puff Daddy and TD Jakes. Well. What do we have here? Ya le vieron a esta cara a este pinche. Hey, discúlpame, solo me, my brother. You know, you're my older brother, man, and I don't like cussing around you, bro. Pero ya le viste la cara a ese pinche pendejo, güey. Curumeo, what do we got here, my brother of another color? What incentive do you got to teach what you teach? You got a black shirt with yellow, red, and green, and you're not from over there, unless you are. Huh. This is getting deeper.
The Prince Hall.
Hey, Yaki too. It's funny.
Grand Lodge here in the Bahamas making history. The fraternal body announced the appointment of its most worshipful Grand Master and past Grand Priest Leslie Dean to the position of Most Excellent General of Grand Conference Grand Priest of Grand Chapters in the United States and the Bahamas. Dean, who was initiated into Prince Hall Masonry in 1975 in Long Island, is the first Bahamian to be elected to this high post. At a press conference on Thursday, the Most Excellent General High Priest talked about the new position and what it all means for Lodge members throughout this country. Now, the Most Excellent General also talked about his future plans to empower young people.
Since assuming office on June 23rd, we have appointed a committee whose responsibility it will be to bring the youth together, and that is called, on that grouping, we are targeting the youth, the young men, and eventually also we will have an alternative group for the young ladies.
Look them up, family. It's all good. All will reveal, man. The story goes, Robert Smalls rescued slaves on board ships. This heroic act allowed slaves to join the Union Army. Small was a member of Freemasons. Yeah, that's, hey, check it. We're going to get to that pretty close, bro. We're about to hit that in a couple minutes. Man, you on the spirit, brother. Stick around. And by the way, I wanna thank this young man from, it's called Thoughts in Camera Action. I don't take absolutely no credit out of him. You did the work, mister, and I want to show you people what you've done. Obviously, you know, these guys moved differently. We don't do this. But as you can see, a lot of these guys are like, I always said, if you focus on race, you are lost in the sauce. Rather, you should know them by their fruits. Good point. We're not safe nowhere. Stay vigilant, my people. Great job on bringing this up to our attention. I've been doing that for a whole year. This was great breakdown. I have been preparing to set paternal. Okay, cool. But our Father chose the foolish things of the world, shame with the wise. He chose the weak. See, even though you provide proof, because you guys are forgetting that these people that claim to be the people of the Bible use Deuteronomy 28 to slap around the white man as a piñata. And you said it was only white people that did this. It was only white people that enslaved. It was only white people that have had power since the beginning. But see, we know that you haven't. But yet you so-called you so-called African Americans of the Americas, because you guys are the ones that are really confused. And a couple scattered abroad. You still think you fit the curses. Let's continue.
I am Grand Master of the World's Masonic United Nations, Most Puissant Sovereign Grand Commander, third degree, 99th Frederick Lee McHenry. The time of confrontation, division, struggle for resource and domination is over. The life and future of all humanity are at stake. It is our duty to change the consumer format to a creative one. We support the Creative Society Project, and we will use all legal and peaceful means to implement this ideal as broadly and quickly as possible.
Our global movement, and not religion.
Our global movement. When you ask IOIC or any of these cams, they say it's not a religion, As long as they keep you guys in that stupid chart and have you in doubt, they'll have you in submission. As long as they say you are not the leaders, Northern Kingdom are not good leaders, you're not good men, the best men are Judah, that's what they say, and the best women are Judites, that's what they show, you will always be in doubt. So forget religion. It's manipulation, oppression of the mind. Break up that fallow ground. It's time to reign righteousness. Break up that fallow ground, man. Break them claws out of your heads. Let's go.
It's about helping those that cannot help themselves.
We love you, appreciate you, oh King Yahweh. Oh King
Did you
Yahweh.
guys read that? Let me read it for you guys. 1 Corinthians 11 and 13. For such are false prophets, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into apostles of Christ. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into the angel of light. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness. You got to keep the laws of God, huh? Equal but separate though.
We love you for what you have done for us to know you, King.
Freemasonry. I think that a lot of people hear the term Freemasonry or see someone that they may think they have a Freemasonry ring on or a symbol or something that they see in their background, and then they, especially in this community, oh, that person's got to be evil because they have a compass behind them, or you know what I mean. People who are at the highest level who really understand the Masonry and have some of these quote unquote secret societies that take it serious. Not the ones that are just utilizing it for social gatherings. They understand the true, real power in it.
Okay, it's not an question. Organization.
What I tell you, bro? Purple and gold, purple and gold. How beautiful is the purple and gold. Psych. Let's go.
Bent on gathering blacks and Latinos back to their true nationality. Since the time of colonialism and slavery, we've been. Okay, it's not an question. Organization. Bent on gathering blacks and Latinos back to their true nationality.
Like, it's open dialogue.
Yeah, you want me to keep talking about it?
By all means, we can talk about anything. But
it's like, and then I don't know if you've had this, but I've had people throw millions of dollars in my face to do something I didn't want to do. And what?
That was my way of cueing you. Like, it's open dialogue.
Yeah, you want me to keep talking about it?
By all means, we can talk about anything. But
don't do it.
Yeah, no, of course. Offer time.
The world is truly a stage.
Well, we're in 5 countries.
See what I'm telling you, family? Isn't he a Pan-Africanist? Didn't he go around calling you Mexicans wetbags? No, actually, I think a so-called Puerto Rican a wetbag. I'll show you this real quick. I know why. He's telling you in your face. Well, no, that's not it.
I'm going to the Renaissance.
No, that's not it. Okay, listen to this.
Put up themselves on Facebook under women's names. It'll be a man posing as a female.
Yes.
You know who you are. Posing as a female.
Yes.
The Conquistador doing that too. Posing as a female on Facebook and saying, yeah, I am IOIC, putting up incriminating pictures of us.
Right.
I am this, I am that. They think you slick. You know
okay. All of a sudden, these memes come up where everybody picture and stuff typed on it. You started that. We know who you are. You edited video to
Look at this interesting thing here. We got ourselves one of these Canaanites and shit that he wants to label every lighter skinned person as Esau, like a fucking dumbass. Esau created y'all to destroy the real Israel. Okay, so I guess what he's saying, we destroyed. Like, we doing a good job or what? You fucking dumbass. Y'all can't prove shit, bro. You can't prove that you're the people of the Bible. I'll decimate you through Deuteronomy 28, man. If you want, we can go there right now. Matter of fact, I'll let you hit the link. IIC is a bunch of fucking wackos, bro. And you tell them I said what's up too. And you tell them I know for a fact. I'll debate any of those punks. There goes the link right there. Go ahead and defend that purple with little fags and shit. Go for it. And let's go to Deuteronomy 28. Since you feel so ballsy all of a sudden. I guess you got nothing else to do. IUIC is waking up. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Here you go right there. Defend the Canaanites. And we'll go to Deuteronomy 28 thoroughly. And I'll show you guys don't fit none of that shit. None of it. You're easy work, bro. You're in the wrong channel if you think that this is what we do for like we're just playing games. You're in the wrong channel if you think we're messing around. I'll debunk even that dumbass right there. Mr. fucking, what do you call these guys? Deacons. All of it. Here, let me tell you what. I'm gonna let you know the secret. The Willie Lynch letter is a fucking lie. Okay? I did a class on that. So before you go do some dumb shit again, why don't you look through my channel and actually look up Willie Lynch. Look up Willie Lynch. No, you've been to Canaanites. Like, see, you're on the late train. You've been to Canaanites. This is nothing new. This is not a new channel. At all. There goes the link right there, bro. Defend your purple faggots.
That trend started by you. That's
the weasel?
That's right. Okay, the conquistador.
Yes. Wow. And guess what, wetback? Guess what, wetback? Guess what, wetback?
The funny part. This is the fucking funny part about people like you. You're talking about IUIC, who promotes a 12-tribe chart regarding black and brown so-called people. And here you are coming in before you say IUIC that I'm a Spaniard, because I don't agree with you. But if I'm a so-called black man and I don't agree with you, you call me a fucking Jake, right? How convenient, bro. Y'all are the weakest people I've ever met. Biblically speaking, you get destroyed real easy. Defend your people. And I won't do no more videos. Yeah, I'll give you one question. Deuteronomy 28:27, okay? Mr. Blackety Black. The Lord shall smite thee with the bunch of Egypt, and with the emerods, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof thou cannot be healed. When did that happen to black people? Here in the Americas, or in Africa, as they were being transported, and actually got decimated by smallpox. Not actually suffered from it like an endemic disease, like actually were decimated, like, saw it and boom, died. Look at this. Since when were we, dude, bro, this guy doesn't know, fam. You don't know shit about your history, do you? You don't know about being a Negro invader, huh? Like the Negro and the white man invaded these lands. Like, you don't know nothing about that? Dude, who raised you? Like, what are you reading, bro? You seriously don't know? Let's continue.
And guess what, wetback? We know who you are too.
Countries in Africa. We have about 50 congregations in the United States and other places.
Yeah.
So when Christ came and he said, go ye therefore and teach all nations, he wasn't saying this is for everybody on the planet. So the controversy amongst the Israelite community, Native Americans never went into slavery on ships. That's not true. That Holocaust of 1940 to 1945, you find out that they all broke off from the Roman Catholic Church. And they were all started when? Between the late 1600s, early 1800s, meaning You mean that the Jehovah Witness was started while we were in shackles and chains? Yeah.
No, you guys were not in shackles and slaves. Stop lying to yourselves. Stop trying to make people, sympathetic. Here's for you dumb Hispanics that are in these rooms.
The blacks who were colonized and enslaved are indeed the 12 tribes of Israel, according to.
So then why are you promoting IUIC? Fuck, man, go to FOPI. They totally will embrace your Pan-African ass. Like they're pro, like so-called Israelites being, West Africans. Like they're pro that shit. Of course, go to them. I don't know why you're over here cheering for IUIC if you don't believe in a 12-tribe chart. That's pretty fucking stupid. That says a lot about your state of mind. That means that you're a schizo. That means that sometimes like you're okay with that shit, and at other times like you're like, nah, fuck that, bro. People need some help.
The biblical text. There's no biblical text that can prove the Jews in the Bible were Caucasians or are Caucasians. There's no biblical text that says or proves Jesus Christ is a Caucasian or white man. All the biblical
The way we ain't saying that shit either, but let's continue.
texts prove that Christ is black. Moses was black. The Apostle Paul was black. And the 12 tribes of Israel are black. And the 12 tribes of Israel are black. And the 12 tribes of Israel are black.
You see, he said they were, and then are. Raza mensa.
Yes. I was in Ghana, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, and especially Ghana. You might not worship white Jesus. Millions upon millions of our people to this day do.
Yeah.
Our goal is to undo that witchcraft of spells that they're under.
The world is truly a stage.
I'm still kind of waiting for that answer, though, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now since you're lagging on the answer, now let's get a little more in-depthness in regards to my answer and how it pertains to the rest of the verses. Because what I typically hear IUIC, like dumbasses, Canaanites, they don't know the Bible. But it's okay. I get it. You're like Christmas Christians. I totally get it, right? So I go to here, and you're like, nah, well, that happened not in all, like, they didn't happen in this slavery. You guys say, well, they say that not all the curses happened in one slavery, right? Okay. So then I go, okay, fine, sounds good then. But then how come you guys embrace verse 60, which says, moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. You embrace that. You use what? Diabetes, high blood pressure, AIDS, all kinds of bullshit, right? In your little fucking bullshit doctrines when you do those camps. Now, that's verse 60. And in verse 68, you thoroughly embrace that one. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. You see? So verse 68, y'all embrace. Verse 60, it's so convenient. But the moment I say, sounds good then. Verse 27 mentions Egypt once more, meaning the house of bondage. And there it says that you would fucking be suffering from smallpox. When did Negroes get smallpox in the Americas?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Yeah, bro, by all means, go do it. Negroes only. No children of conquistadors. But you're a fucking conquistador, Negro. You're a Negro invader who is a conquistador. Like, you don't really know? Like, seriously, man, have you never heard of this? Like, I don't know if you're being serious or not. Like, are you serious? Is this really your first time, like, hearing that you guys helped hold the pendant for the white man while they were here? Seriously? You didn't know that black people brought smallpox to the Americas? It wasn't the white man. Well, they brought French pox, like syphilis and shit. You guys brought smallpox. You didn't know this? Like, I'm kind of baffled by it. I would have thought, since you guys consider yourself so scholarly, that you would know this. This is from one of your people, okay? Your people, not mine. This is not a white man, okay? This is not a white man. In one of the pages that he wrote in one of his books, it says this, and I want you to pay attention. An untold number of free people of African descent, black conquistadors, an untold number. No, there you go. See, so here's where there you go. And it's very expected. Like, see, now you're sounding white. You illegals get free healthcare from ESAU while we die of HIV and diabetes. You see what I'm saying? You're a hater. This has nothing to do with scripture. You're just a fucking hater. I'm not hating like that. I'm going by scripture. I can prove what I'm actually saying, bro. I can prove what I'm talking about. I'm not like, oh, I don't like certain people, and now I'm going to use the Bible to expose my hate to those people. No, not at all. I've never had any ill growing up with any so-called nationality. I grew up in the hood, so I guess maybe that's the convenience of not really fucking around. People don't really do that shit unless you're really down for your shit. Then you're going to find out. So I never really, you know what I'm saying? I don't got that hate in me. You do, though. You see what I'm saying? You illegals. Like, damn. That's like me saying, you nigger. Like, you niggers get free health care. That's like me saying that. Do you want to know why? Because you know that the word illegals has a connotation to people that look like me. You see, you don't attach illegals to white people that are not from here, or black people, or Asian, or Arabs that are not from here, or that are here, quote unquote, illegally. No, you fucking said you illegals. You see what I'm saying? That word itself, because it's degrading, and that's what you're trying to do, is no different than me saying you fucking nigger. It's no different. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to fucking racism, you need to start checking yourselves, man, because y'all get away with little fucking comments like that. And then you cry about the white man doing that shit to you. All I'm doing is showing you, because you said, there was no black conquistadors. I'm going to show you, because apparently you don't know. An untold number of free people of African descent, black conquistadors born in Africa or on the Iberian Peninsula, also accompany Spanish conquistadors, such as Hernan Cortez and Ponce de Leon, two of the famed explorers of the vast region that would become modern Mexico in the western southern regions of the United States. And as we might expect, their exploits were just as heroic and just as problematic as those of their fellow conquistadors, meaning the white man. You see, you were in cahoots with the Güero, bro. You are a colonizer. I'm sorry, you are an invader like them. But far more Africans came with the Spanish and the Portuguese as servants with varying degrees of freedom, attendants, and armed adventurers. While the number of African explorers, conquistadors, so-called invaders, I would say, is impossible to determine, they participated in some way in virtually all of the Spanish expeditions in the New World and in the 16th century. Now, you fuckfaces always want to go and say that you ruled Europe. Well, guess what? That means that you guys are the fucking conquistadors, pendejo. That's a fact. And that's a fact. See, this is easy for me, bro. You guys are a game to me. You're a toy. These black conquistadors set an example for the subsequent racial relations throughout the entire Spanish colonial experience, living their daily lives with degrees of complexity that rarely would be achieved by black men and women in the early English settlements in the Caribbean and in North America. Indeed, swallow this shit like a little bitch. Indeed, wherever Spain set its flag of conquest in the Americas, Africans helped hold the pendant. You don't know your own history, so I suggest to shut the fuck up.
If I had come through man, then I could have only been raised 33 degrees. Praise Yahweh. See, if I had come through man, then I could have only been raised 33 degrees.
Yahweh Ben Yahweh was born Hulan Mitchell Jr. and grew up in Oklahoma, a one-time member of the Nation of Islam.
Hey, God bless you, my friend and sister Sharon. And today, my assignment is to give understanding about the false doctrine and teaching that women are not allowed to teach and preach. God help us today. My friend.
About blacks and Latinos, there's no difference with blacks and Latinos. When you see the same messed up schools, the same hospitals, and if you come together and stop.
Oh, okay, hold on a second. So do you really want me to go there? You want me to go there? See, man, that was simple, bro. I'm telling you, man. You don't know who I am. You obviously don't. All your people in IUIC, ISUPK, GMS, right? What used to be Sakari, but now they're butt plug. They all know who I am. Do you understand that? They all know who I am. All right? That's why they don't come and fuck with my channel at all. So I'm going to show you something real quick, just in case, because apparently we have to go there. Apparently we got to go there, man. And see, the thing is this, bro. The thing is this. People like you, right? You're quick to make comments, but you're not quick to pay attention to the responses of the comments. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't pay attention to the responses of the comments. Now you call me and say, why did the Native Americans own slaves than Pablo? Okay, fuckface. Here it goes. Pay attention to your history of your people. There's no empathy here in this channel, bro. Like we don't feel sorry for people like you, nor the gringo and shit. Now they're all feeling like they're being the ones oppressed. Fuck no, get out of here with that shit. Here's a book called Free Negro Owners of Slaves in the United States in 1830, together with absentee ownership of slaves in the United States in 1830. Carter Woodson. You want to know what this book is talking about? It's talking about the people prior to 1865, right, in the so-called Civil War, showing that Negros like you, right, own slaves. So the buck breaking, like in jail today, y'all like to rape the white man in jail. I guarantee you that you guys probably started that shit over there. Because I mean, you see him in jail, bro. In jail, who does the raping? Everybody knows what they do in jail. So now let me look. I want you to take a picture of it, kid, because apparently you don't know your history. The statistical report on the free Negro ownership of slaves was made possible in 1921 with the Director of Association of the Study of Negro Life and History, obtained from the Laura Spelman Rockefeller Memorial Appropriation for the support of the research into certain neglected aspects of Negro history. There you go right there. You see that shit right there, bro? Those are all Negroes that own slaves. Negros como tú, cabrón. Así como tú, güey. You ain't no different than the white man, bro. You're just like them. And you know how I know that you're just like them? Because you say the same shit that they say. Yeah, illegals get free healthcare, which is totally a lie. But you know what I mean? You don't even know that shit either. Because, even people that have documentation, it's very difficult for them to approve. And I know this because I'm not in the field, but I socialize with people that are in the field because we work together. So here we see a massive amount of fucking slaves owned in different states. Alabama, Arkansas, Connecticut, Delaware, Columbia. Wait, which one? What do you mean? You're hating? Wait, hold on. You're not listening? So you don't accept the fact that you Yantas motherfuckers own slaves too? Like so now it's like not about that. Now you're gonna be oblivious to the fact that you own slaves. You don't fit the Bible whatsoever, kid. Like I don't know who told you that fucking lie. Stop teaching that shit to your dumb little kids, because you're gonna fucking stain them with the mentality. Look, you can't prove that you went through this, okay? Verse 27. You can't prove that you went through this, verse 22, because it pretty much is the same thing, okay? You can't prove this right here, your ox, because what did you guys fucking bring oxes from Africa? What you can't prove verse 33. What land are you talking about? Check this out. I even give you another one. Verse 36 says, the Lord shall bring thee and thy kings, or which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. Y'all say you ruled Europe. How the fuck does this apply to you? If you ruled Europe, that means you knew their language, their heritage, their religion. You and your forefathers knew them. The Latin language, which branched a bunch of different languages out, which are now European mostly, didn't come until when the 10 tribes of Israel departed from Israel, which was after 538 BC, which is something you don't know. Okay, so now let me ask you, what seed are we talking about? You're not Africans, right? You say you're not, so then it's not talking about Africa. So what fucking land? What vineyards? What trees? Now, let me ask you this. Here goes another one. The Lord shall, verse 49, the Lord shall bring a nation against you from far. What nation? Fucking Africa is a skip and a hop away from Europe. Y'all knew each other from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flies. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Wait a minute, hold on a second. Y'all say you ruled Europe. That means you spoke English, Spanish, Dutch, French, Portuguese, and fuck, I don't know what else, something else, Russian, Prussian, whatever. You see how when you go thoroughly with these scriptures, like you don't fit none of this shit? So again, we go back to verse 60, right? And it says Egypt, but then we go back to verse 37, and now you don't want to use that. And by the way, in case you don't know this, that natives, our people, were enslaved and taken all across the world too. I don't got to waste my time proving it to dumbasses like you because you haven't answered anything that I've actually been mentioning right now. I'm not a novice, kid. You see what I'm saying, family? Here we go, man. I'm telling you. That's why Joshua said, don't do those things. Israel defeated AI. We've done this already, but no, you guys want to take accursed things from them and bring them to us again. And he said what? He said, verse 9, for the Canaanites and all the inhabitants of the land shall hear it and shall environ us round about and shall environ us round and cut off our name from the earth. And what wilt thou do unto that great name? Hey, yeah, that was deep. So is man limited to 33. So when open up to the damn demons to possess them, so the underworld governs them. Yeah, pretty much. But you know, it's funny because I saw the 6 and then 3. Check it out, bro. 3 plus 3 is 6. Right? 6 plus 6 is 36. 6 divided into 36 is 6. 36. 666. Yeah, man, he's a snake, bro. Let me see this real quick. I'm gonna go to the top. BHI color versus debunked by spiritual context truth. That's for sure, bro. They say the Bible is the black man's history book, but yet it was written. It was the white man that gave them the Bible. True that. Nate, the snake is wrong. Is wrong. The Holy Family is not all. It's not black. Yeah, man. See, there goes the tetragrammaton that comes from the modern Hebrew and Masoretic text. I read yours, Meshi. Leviticus 18:3. After the doings of the land of Egypt, where you shall not do. And after the doings of land of Canaan, whither I bring you, you shall not do, neither shall ye walk in. That's why Jeremiah, great scripture, bro. Jeremiah says this: hear the word of the Lord, which the Lord spake unto you, O house of Israel. They said and thus say the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heavens are not dismayed at them. Like Mesha, you were saying, it seems hopeless, right? You see all of these right here, and every single one of you so-called Hispanics, what you're saying is that you're gonna be reborn again and look like that guy. Or that guy? Or this guy? Let's go.
Stop separating the two. You will see that the power in numbers will get us exactly what we need in the hood. Don't fight your brothers and your sisters. We won. No matter how you look at this thing.
The children of Israel, the so-called Hispanics, read, and the children of Judah, you so-called American blacks, were oppressed together. We in the hoods together. We walk.
No, that's not true. We were not oppressed together. Okay? We were not oppressed together. Let me show you something. First of all, y'all had it really good. Black society in Spanish Florida. Let me read the bottom part. Assisted by the corporate nature of Spanish society, Spain's medieval tradition of integration and assimilation, and the almost constant threat to Spanish sovereignty in Florida, multiple generations of Africans leveraged linguistic, military, diplomatic, and arsenal skills into citizenship and property rights. In this remote Spanish outpost in Florida, where they could become homesteaders, property owners, and entrepreneurs, blacks enjoyed more legal and social protection than they would again until almost 200 years of Anglo history past after 1763. We did not go through the same curses. Black conquistadors, several of them right there. Black conquistador. Black conquistador. Y'all give it here. Black conquistador. He's doing it with the mind and the spirit. Black conquistador, half white, half black. Whatever. All right. I'm going to show you this one here. Here, let's see how this is how great it was for us. Okay. While the number of African explorers is impossible to determine, they participated in some way in virtually all the Spanish expeditions in the New World in the 16th century. These black conquistadors set an examples of subsequent racial relations throughout the entire Spanish colonial experience, living their daily lives with degrees of complexity that rarely would be achieved by black men and women in early English settlements in the Caribbean and in North America. See, they had it good everywhere. What are you guys talking about? Only until the 13 colonies were created. Then it was an issue. After 1776. Prior to 1776, y'all didn't have it bad. After 1776, that's when it started. And then a whole year later, 1865, you guys completely lost. After that, you complain about segregation and, like civil rights and all that stuff. But prior to, you don't know anything about you. You don't know. We do, because we got the Spanish literature. Then it says, indeed, wherever Spain set a flag of conquest, in America, Africans help hold dependent. We're not the same people.
Around blind together. Right. We walking around getting gunned down together. Right.
We're not getting gunned down together, okay? We're getting separated from our families at the border. They're telling us that we're illegal aliens. You guys run from cops because God knows why. Just say, here, yes, officer, here's my ID. Just say that. But you won't. That is what the Mexicans in Sakari push. Latino, black, shame in the same ghettos, discriminated. And not true, bro. It's not true, bro. And notice how these BHIs use the new images of black Hebrews in the street, yet they never use those from the icons of Russia, which some have straight hair. Yeah, I know. Exactly, bro. Hey, shalom, Elisheva. There's an icon of John's decapitated head with straight hair. Not saying those icons are true either, but just saying. Well, listen, Aaron's beard went down all the way to his garment. David's hair was hair like a goat. Mary's hair, Mary used her hair to wipe the feet of Jesus. That was Mary Magdalene, not her mom. I made a mistake yesterday. My bad. Freemasons plan out in centuries. They plot that claim long ago. Latinos were the original DJs and breakdancers and graffiters in the 80s. But Canaanites blew up with rap and supported by whitey and black. Yeah, it's true. Why do you think they all take over? They took over the whole gangster theory, the gangster theme, or the lowriders and all that shit. You know, the Chucks and the Converse and all that, bro. That's us. Let's go.
So in 1990, I came into the truth that we black people, Latinos, Native Americans are part of the 12 tribes of Israel, which includes the diaspora scattered worldwide. 12 tribes worldwide. And it's up to us to gather our people back together.
Hey, look at that, Elisheva. You're familiar with these guys. Check that out.
Hello, my name is Dan Peterson, founder of Helping Hand Outreach, and church leaders are facing incredible pressure to avoid political and social issues. Helping Hand Outreach can help your faith-based organization successfully navigate this crisis. Are you afraid to speak about political and social issues? Do you want local leaders and national leaders who reflect spiritual morals, ethics, and values?
The best way to form your church is a 508c1a because it does not waive rights and speech restrictions compared to all other nonprofits. The Billy Graham Evangelical Association, one of the largest evangelism ministries in America, approved for Association of Church status in 2016. After 66 years of operation as a nonprofit, they were audited by the IRS and subsequently changed their organization to church status.
What a coincidence, huh?
Africans sold us into slavery, a very convenient argument being promoted more and more by people who seem to feel the need to justify their allegiance to Britain in particular and the West in general. But them not gonna tell you that. You know why? Because they're not just stating the facts. This is a political argument, as I've already said, to justify allegiance to Britain and the West, but also to provide a defense for Britain and the West in relation to issues of justice, such as reparations. And that I go on. And we just have to know that and act accordingly.
You know, this lesson, sisters and brothers, that the Lord called me to put together is what's wrong with the world.
And what thou seest, write it in a book. So Christ tells John, what you see, I want you to write it in a book.
The world is truly a stage.
On hand for Brother Folds' installation ceremony at the Princess Romana Hotel was Pro-Grand Chancellor of the United Grand Lodge of England, Peter Geoffrey Luns. He shared his view on the significance of the installation of Guyana's youngest ever district Grand Master.
He's a young man, and Masons perhaps have been accused of being rather elderly on many occasions, but actually the average age of people coming into Freemasonry is going down, and therefore to have somebody of Brother Ford's age, in his 40s, coming into the first top job.
They say we lost a great brother. I say even though he wasn't with the fraternity that long, to dismiss the $550 million civil lawsuit in Nichols' death, which was filed in April by his family and civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump.
Beware matters, Thurgood Marshall matters, Dr. King matters, Rosa Parks matters, Shirley Chisholm, John Lewis. They were not mere footnotes in the history books. They were the heroes.
And I pray for each of you, God's blessings, God's presence, His anointing, His discernment. Come on, let's give our leadership another hand. We certainly appreciate their being with us.
And to hear word from our leadership is also a blessing.
Take heed to the words from the pastor today. Have hope. Have hope.
In this season of rebirth, may you feel your faith renewed and your heart made anew.
The world is truly a stage.
I am Benaiah Ben Israel.
In this season of rebirth,
And I would like to welcome you to the African Israelite Justice Foundation. Roughly 9 months ago, the world witnessed the unprecedented persecution of Kyrie Irving.
What did I tell you, my brothers? You mofos are something else. But you know what? Just like the brother said right now, I'm going to read it for you real quick, bro. I'm going to read it for you real quick, bro. I think it's here. Oh, no. What did I do? It was right here. Remember this book? Remember I told you I bought it? 1 month before December 14th, 2022. I received this book December 15th, 2022. Copyright reserved 2020. Copyright 2012, revised 2022. A month before the Irving stuff happened, right? I mean, a month after the Irving stuff happened, I ordered the book. 10 years in the making. But in this very book, they thank Kyrie Irving. Things that make you go,
For it was then that African Israelites around the world, and in particular here in the States, realized that
It's a freaking lie, man. Thank you. Everything about you guys is a freaking lie, man. Let me read that again. Psalm 64, verse 8, it reads, so they shall make their own tongue fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. I hope so. I hope y'all flee away, but most of you guys are not. Psalms 52, 2 and 3. Thy tongue deviseth mischief. Oh, we're the 12 tribes. You know what? Just saying that all blacks are Hebrew Israelites not working. Let's kind of include all the Hispanics, and then we'll exclude them. Like a sharp razor working deceitfully. The 12 tribe chart is real. It's a lie. Thou loveth evil more than good, and lying rather than speak righteousness. Salah. Because you're so willing to lie. Seriously.
Bruh. Wait a minute. Who are you?
The Canaanites.
there was no organization to plead our cause, to voice our concerns, or to point out the hypocrisy.
And we wanted to reach out to Bishop Nathaniel because there's been a lot of, conversations about,
Now you guys are starting to find out why he went to certain channels, why he went to the first one where that guy was, where is he? This guy here, that guy first, and then this other guy here. And then now he's back with this guy again. Let's go.
The situation with Kyrie Irving, and we know all the fallout with that. So Bishop Nathaniel is one of the people that we could reach out to.
Now they have Jaylen Brown apologizing and explaining himself for tweeting a video of the Hebrew Israelites gathering in support of Kyrie. This censorship of black male speech is insane, he wrote in a tweet. I was not aware of what specific group that was outside of Barclays Center tonight, Brown wrote. I was celebrating the unification of our people, welcoming the return of Kyrie to the court. First glance I thought it was a known fraternity, the CKs, Omega Psi Phi, Stepn, showing support. The world is truly a stage.
I'm telling you, family, this Kylie Irving studies with IUIC. Mark my words. Jeremiah 23:32. Behold, I am against them that prophesy false dreams, saith the Lord, and do tell them, and cause my people to err by their lies. We're the same people, that they all suffered the same way as you did. Lie. We don't even have a Mexican college. You had two of them 20-something years after 1865. No, almost 30 years. By 1892 or 91, you guys had black colleges. But weren't you just freed? Make it make sense. It says here, and by their likeness, yet I sent them not, nor commanded them. Therefore they shall not profit these people at all, saith the Lord. So that reminds me of this particular one, Deuteronomy 18. Well, no, it says here, 18:20. But the prophet which shall presume to speak in my word, and a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, no shall speak in the name of other gods. Even that prophet shall die. Why? Verse 22. When a prophet speaking in the name of the Lord, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord had not spoken. These guys, One West, taught that the end of the world was in 2000. Let's go.
We about 30 minutes in. Good. Let's go to number 3 here. when you speak about what white supremacy done to us in history,
See, fam, don't fall for this. They're not blaming themselves. They're blaming Rome. No, you guys are the Amorites of the Bible and the Canaanites of the Bible. That's who you guys are. You're not the people of the book. You use Deuteronomy 28 to tell everybody in the whole world that it was the white man that enslaved everybody. Since white and black folks came here, I might remind you guys something, black folks. In the 13 colonies, you were there. As the land was taken from us, regardless of whether you call yourself slaves of them, you still partook in their action. And every deed that you have in this land was created by a religious fiction. The papal bull, through the doctrine of discovery, you actually implemented it through law. White and black. Stop blaming religions. It's people. It's nations. It's not individuals, family. It's nations, because it requires their spirit to support the BS. Because you don't see Raza talking about this or pushing this agenda. We're asking for truth. White, black, white, black, white,
you go
black.
study.
That's all I see.
Look up that word boule, B-O-U-L-E.
Hey, matter of fact, you know what? Now I know why. Now I know why. Now I know why. No wonder. You guys are this, because both of you people do this.
If your engine is not revving up, you know what you need? You need a Holy Ghost. You know what you need? You need a Holy Ghost.
Damn, man. Oh, man, bro. I got to do this one, bro. Oh, wow, bro. Ezekiel 13. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. You guys got scriptures, just come through them. Send them in, okay? If they make sense, I'll read them. Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 22. It reads, because with lies ye have made the heart of the righteous sad, whom I have not made sad, like us. With eyes ye have made the hearts of the righteous sad, whom I've not made sad. Some of you brothers and sisters in these camps are really depressed, man. Y'all don't know whether to go to and fro. And the scriptures say, don't do as the heathen because they go to and fro. Remember, whom I have not made sad and strengthened the land of the wicked, that he should not return from his wicked ways, for promising him life. Let's see, got a video where Rudolph Windsor, that wrote Babylon to Timbuktu, said his book, not as BHI used blacks, but allows it due to the lack of nationalists. Yeah, that's what it was, bro. I'm sure. 1 Timothy 4:1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter time some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
And you'll find out this is what most of these supposedly civil rights people belong to. And when I give you this understanding, you will know why we never get anything accomplished. The boule means advisor to the king. That means their job was to advise the king. So their job was to advise the king of.
So explain this to me, Black Hebrew Israelites. How can you now use Deuteronomy 28? You have a 12-type chart that excludes widows and includes almost every black person you claim is you people. But you guys are all over the cereal. Y'all are all up in the Oreo.
About the black community. We've been managed by those people who stay in power. And let me bless you for real. The real power of this is in the church. See, a lot of these preachers are in these secret societies. And that's why they can't preach anything. Their job is not to enlighten you. Their job is to house you. It is to pacify you. It is to give you a good feeling about your suffering. But never cause you to say there is a reason behind this. Their job is to guide your voting by allowing these so-called Democrats or whoever they are come in and buy you a family life building and give me your votes.
Freemasonry is a worldwide organization of men and women who actually go out and do charity works to try and make the world a better place.
Monies for charity in Masonry is from Masons, individual Masons.
So these are projects that I want to bring to your attention as a citizen. What can I do? Do you allow for lobbying from ordinary people?
Not lobbying, but you can present a petition.
Okay.
And based on the merits, yes, it would be approved. I mean, in the past few years, we've taken on projects. Some in the north. We've also donated special medical equipment to the medical school this very last year. We've done some in the western region, Fiankwanta Hospital, and other places.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So what time is it on Saturday? Is this open to
Yes,
people?
it is open to the public.
Okay.
In fact, it will be nice to have a lot of people around during this handing over ceremony.
So from what time on Saturday?
From 9 o'clock.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Okay. All right. In the absence of any other thing that you want to share with us, since I cannot be a member.
I look forward to the day when we're going to have a female order in this country.
So far, the NAACP Board of Directors member has found his visit inspiring, emotional, and rewarding. Henry is part of the group of almost 300 touring Ghana this week. On Thursday, some delegation members visited the home of W.E.B. Du Bois, the famous American writer and civil rights activist who moved to Ghana in his later years.
Now that I'm here right now at the W.E.B. Du Bois Center was monumental because he was one of the founders of our organization, and just to come and see the work that him and his wife did when they came to Ghana was just monumental for me. It was emotional, but just to see it in person was life-changing for me.
And we admit part of the fault is ours. We didn't talk to people about what.
Emily, that's why Psalms 83 says this. You guys missed this. Now, matter of fact, I'll read this to you. Habakkuk 1:5. Behold ye among the heathen, and regard, and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told to you. This right here, I'll show it to you later, but it's literally telling you that this here, Psalms 83, the crafty counsel, tabernacle of Edom, and then it finishes with several of the Philistines, Tyre, right? That's why when you go to Judges, it says here, now these are the generations, Judges 3:1, which the Lord left to prove Israel by them, even as many as Israel had not known all the wars of Canaan. Only that the generation of children of, only that the generations of the children of Israel might know, to teach them war, at least such as not knew nothing thereof. Namely, 5 lords of the Philistines, all the Canaanites, and the Sidonians, all the Canaanites. You hear me? All the Canaanites. Okay? Not just some, all of them. And the Sidonians and the Hivites that dwell in Mount Lebanon, from the Mount Baal Hermon unto the entering of Hamath. Black, white.
What we do. This is the reason why I've written this book. 300 years ago, when modern Freemasonry as we know it came into being, our forefathers, they never usually would talk to those who are not Freemasons about our fraternity. Even here in Ghana, as I was growing up, you will find that our old men in our villages, in our communities, they won't talk to their families about Freemasonry, they won't talk to their children, and therefore they acquired a certain aura of mysticism around them. Somehow the old people enjoyed it. It made them feel very important. Where I'm standing is called the Worshipful Master's Chair. When we meet, the first portion of our meetings may be described as business meeting, like any other organization. So this is the place where the chairman or the managing director, or in our case, the master of the lodge, who's in charge of the lodge. When we are in session, this is where he sits. So the first part is to talk about normal things.
Brethren, please be upstanding to receive your worshipful master, accompanied by his wardens.
Now, Freemasons have for a long time been seen as occultists belonging to a secret society. This has spawned hundreds of myths about their doctrines and practices. The Ghana chapter is, however, out to debunk these myths with the launch of a book titled The Freemasons, to be attended by key members such as the Asantehene Otumfuo Tutu II and former President John Ejikun Kufuor. Journalist Maxwell Agwagwa caught up with the author of the book, Abraham Jesse, at the Freemasons Hall in Accra, and has come through with this report.
A Freemason is about secret society. Because of the movies and the trend of Nigerian movies, people have having misconception about these Freemasons.
Okay, I know it's a society usually of men and women, quietly influential in society, yeah, and I think it's a form of occult.
And one thing I have heard about it is they've sold their soul to the devil.
All right, fam, we done. I'll show the rest of the part, I think tomorrow. Okay, so it's like a two-section, two-part session because it's pretty long. Appreciate you guys being here. Hey, where's the guy at? Let me see. Yeah, I guess he skedaddle, huh? You got scared that quick? No, not the brother. This guy here. Man. You really need to do some digging on that book. They've been lying to you, man. And I can't help you. Nobody can. You're going to have to dig yourself out of that bullshit right there. Because once you're all saturated with their lies, it's very hard to wash that shit off. And I understand. But you're there now. and you're gonna have to live with it. So, with all that being said, let me get out of here, man. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me do this real quick because I always do this. Hopefully, hold on. Let me do this real quick.
All right, y'all. So
Oh, wrong one. That one. Let's see what we got. Something I haven't seen in a while. We're not gonna do that no more. We are going to. Oh yeah, where's that new one I found? I found this new song, fam. I don't think maybe did I save it? I guess I didn't save it. Oh, that sucks. Okay, well maybe next time I'll have it ready. Outside of that, family, you guys have a good day. Have a good night, all right? Lord willing, I'll see y'all Friday. Chill. You understand what I'm saying? What the hell did we just do here? Bro. Oh, come on, man. See, this is why I need to change this fucking service, bro. This sucks. It's pretty silly. Anyways, good night, fam. Just personal, personal agendas.
Yeah, man. This is 4 Elements. All right. The gangsters of the sun, motherfuckers. Cypher. Volumen 1. He sentido miedo por verme desolado. He tocado el cielo por teneros a mi lado. He dicho te quiero a quien me ha traicionado. Pero nunca ha sido malo, eso lo tengo bien demostrado. Muévelo, bailalo, el sonido tómalo. Cántalo y con tus amigas gózalo. Body, 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 así que apréndelo. Estamos envueltos en llamas, DJ, gózalo. Hey, nigga, track over track in a mid a bomba. But don't stop, reggae up, a nigga coming to the top. All of them, fire burn them for the club. Keon in the area is the only general. Track over track in a mid a bomba. But don't stop, reggae up, a nigga coming to the top. All of them, fire burn them for the club. 4 Element is the only general.
No pueden competir contra esta fiera, tan distraído me vi mordiendo las barreras. Sufre menos quien nada espera. Aprendí mirando, me empecé a buscar ahí fuera. Analiza menos, soy cualquiera. Guardo mis demonios, lloraría si los vieras. Pero los tengo bajo llave. Quizá conversemos durante la noche, ellos tengan la clave para escapar de mí mismo cuando no puedo salir y me precipito al abismo del fatalismo. Todo se torna tan negro que cuando veo la luz resulta ser solo otro espejismo. Fui noqueado, caí como un titán dormido, al fin me he levantado y todo es caos. He estado distraído, persiguiendo sueños que eran vaho, arena, olvido.
Ey, no quiero dolor, tampoco su ley o su opresión. Yo quiero un skate, decirle adiós, jamás su sistema no favoreció. Grité Mayday, nadie me ayudó, ni la policía, ni el rey, ni su Dios. Yo quiero saber dónde se quedó aquel pueblo libre y su revolución. Llegó tu condena, te moverás y romperás los problemas, no es novedad que no verás otra forma de olvidar las penas que queman tu órbita vibracional. No quiero ser normal, tampoco singular, no hay norma que transforme mi moral. Logré quitarme los prejuicios, admito que estoy completamente enamorado de todo género musical.
Rap con represión, la condición es infrahumana. La religión paga con prisión al que nada trama. Piensa en fama, frustrado tumbado en tu cama. Te mojarás si llueves si no te mueves con ganas. Romper ramas por envidia, tu mamá no te deja plantar. Y en guerras en Siria y tú quejándote por no afrontar problemas de mierda o niñatos de mierda que viven en su burbuja, la cual nunca va a explotar. Nadie en una mentira y ya tu vida va a acabar. No ves la verdad, en la tele no la vas a encontrar. Tus padres te mienten porque ellos también creyeron que todo es normal en el mundo que construyeron.
No me queda nada de ese ruido del sistema. Vengo con mi pana construyendo una epopeya. Como Popeye, marihuana, comida insana. Las bajas vibraciones, mi luz les quema again. Venimos armados de fe y no nos dejamos arrastrar por la corriente. Hacemos todo al revés. Y si hoy no sientes, porque de dentro afuera que estamos creando. Despacito la tortuga, ganó a la liebre. 4 elementos fusionados con el éter. Conectando, realidad desde la calle, volando toda tu mente, despertando al ser consciente. Esto es pa' que lo cantes, liberando tensiones y abrazando lo que sientes.
Oh yeah,
Pongo clava, hay 4 elementos.
Ical, hijo, abre los ojos. Tu cuerpo se queda con nosotros, pero tu espíritu debe seguir. Busca la luz. Aléjate de las sombras. Deja que nuestro dolor sea tu fuerza. Desde aquí iluminamos tu camino. Lucha como nosotros ante esta pena tan grande. Yo soy tú. Tú eres yo. La muerte que hoy nos separa, mañana volverá a unirnos. Eres libre, hijo.